Hello and welcome to Made for TV, how to celebritize your brand through the power of TV and media appearances so that you can help more people make more money and change the world. Now, let me tell you who this is for. This is for anybody who makes a living selling their knowledge, expertise, or know-how or experiences. It's for coaches who may run individual or group programs, for experts and consultants, for agency owners, CEOs, personalities, and social change advocates looking for a bigger platform for their message. Now, in the next 35 to 40 minutes or so, I'm going to reveal why media appearances are the fastest way to 10x your audience and influence. I'm going to show you how to turn your genius and expertise into a 5, 6, or 7-figure and beyond income, even if you've never made that kind of money. I'm also going to show you how to generate a consistent flow of customers, prospects, and even premium or high-ticket clients on demand, all automated. I'm further going to show you how to use local, regional, or national television to grow your audience, attract big partners, sponsors, and deals, and how to build a team around you so that you get to do more of what you love and less of what you can put off on someone else. Yes, I said that. Less of what you really can hand off and pay someone else to do. All right? Basically, I'm going to show you how to fast track your advice, know-how, and expertise into the marketplace and become a rock star in the process. All right? So, as you can tell, I talk very fast. It's all about the energy in television and in the media. And I'm excited just because of what I'm sharing with you. But I do have to tell you, there are some family rules for today's class. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not put a nickel in the machine and get dollars out. This is not a fake it till you make it. I hate that. You must be a real person, a real educator or expert, and you must be committed to providing value that you can deliver to your target audience through media appearances. All right? Now, a disclaimer. There's always a disclaimer. Mainly for my lawyer, neither my results or my clients' results are typical. You will hear from current or previous clients. Their results are 100% true. Mine are 100% true, but the results you achieve will be 100% up to you. Nothing in this class or presentation is designed to guarantee you success. Your results will be determined by your own effort. So, got that out of the way? Let me ask you this. Does this sound like you? I want you to raise your hand if some months your money is shorter than your month, right? Said another way, your month is longer than your money. So at the end of the month, you've already run out of money. Short money, hate short money. Raise your hand if you are sometimes afraid to check your debit card balance or look at your bank statements or open the mail because creditors are calling you. Raise your hand if you fear selling your programs, products, or services online because you think you're an imposter. You know, you think, I don't know enough to coach people. I don't know enough to charge people, right? Does that sound like you? Does it sound like you that when you see other people in your industry being recognized online, appearing on television or radio, you see them, but you know that you are just as good as they are? Is it you when you have something amazing to share, but you just don't feel like enough people know about you? And does this sound like you? You believe that if you could just get on a bigger stage, I hear this all the time, that you could literally change your audience's life. Well, here's the problem. Anybody with fingers, computer, and access to the internet can call themselves an expert. That's a reality. That is a big, big problem today. That means that the marketplace is extremely crowded and it's going to get harder and harder to get your message in front of your audience to have impact. And that is why you must be willing to commit to multi-channel marketing. And what that means, that's a fancy way of saying marketing in more than one way. You can't just be on Twitter. You can't just do a podcast. You can't just send out emails for your marketing. You have to be willing to execute multiple reaches, multiple ways to reach your audience. All right. So once you move to my 7M model, and I'm going to tell you all about that, you will have 100% control over your business and revenue. You will have access to a system to generate clients on demand and with predictability, I should say, month after month. Your business will become so simplified and so effective at your mission. All right. And once you move to my 7M model, the cement ceiling, not even a glass ceiling, the cement ceiling on your income will poof, it will go away. You will finally have a proven, repeatable business model that can create consistent income forever. And you will be able to create a legacy around your message that will not be subject to inflation, who's president, or where you live. All right, so I'm Fran Harris. I'm a highly paid business consultant to small businesses, entrepreneurs, and Fortune 100 companies. Have done that for 20 plus years. I've also built multiple 6- and 7-figure brands. I started in television over 25 years ago as an announcer for ESPN. I've also hosted my own series on HGTV. I've coached experts, speakers, consultants, authors, activists. I've helped them get massive exposure through media appearances, including TV, radio, podcasts, and more. I've personally landed over $50 million in free TV publicity. Every logo you see on the screen right now, I've actually appeared on those networks, on shows on those networks, right? You've probably gone to people's websites and you've seen them as seen on, and they'll have a bunch of logos on there. Well, let me show you something. I do more than put a bunch of logos on my website. Here are actual pictures of the shows that I've been on. To the left, that's me on the Today Show, one of the top rated morning shows in the United States, talking about business and finance for women. In the center, you see HGTV. That is a leading cable network that has over 100 million viewers. I hosted my own series on HGTV. To the right of that is me sitting on the stage on the set of Good Morning America, one of the top rated morning shows in America right now. On the bottom, that's me. If you see the split screen, that's me with former President Barack Obama. I was actually sharing on Fox Business Channel why Barack Obama, this was in 2008, why Barack Obama was going to win the presidency. I was analyzing a presidential campaign. Then in the center, that's me on one of my favorite networks, CNBC, which is a business network in the States, talking about redefining personal success. And then that's me on Good Day Texas, Good Morning Texas, in my hometown of Dallas, also talking about business advice, relationship advice, fitness advice. I was actually up for an advice guru contest, all right? So I don't throw just a bunch of logos on my website. I literally show you that in order to really have impact in your industry as a coach, consultant, speaker, or whatever, you actually need to get on some shows, and that's the biggest platform you can be on is television. But that was cool, right? But I'm not the only one getting on TV. To the left there is Patrick Dewar. I'll tell you a little bit about Patrick. Patrick and I became friends at a networking event, and I encouraged him to pursue television because he was a great listener and a great interviewer. And Patrick actually ended up starting his own show. There's Myron Golden, multi-millionaire Myron Golden, who I met almost 20 years ago, well, let's say like 15 years ago, when he and I created a millionaire summit in Dallas, Texas, and we've been great friends ever since. That's Chris Gilbertson, who actually interviews millionaires, and Dr. Deborah Nixon, who is a diversity and inclusion and relationship expert who has been on VH1, where she was on the #1 show on VH1 called Basketball Wives. And that's just a few folks. In the past 15 years, I've helped hundreds of experts get on TV and in the media and explode their bank account and influence. So you might be wondering, what is my 7M model? Okay, what is this 7M model that I talked about and why it's going to change your life? There are 7 M's you must master to play at the next level as a media star. All right. Number 1, you must have a mission that's bigger than you. All right. What is a mission? Well, ask yourself, what do I want to affect? What do I want to change? What do I want to innovate? That's what a mission is. And it has to be bigger than you. It can't just be, oh, I want to become a speaker and talk about, I don't know, badminton or pickleball or whatever. The mission has to be bigger. If you really want to capture the hearts and the consciousness of your particular industry, you have to have a mission that's bigger than you. Again, I mentioned Patrick Dewar. This is Patrick on the set of his show, Business Spotlight. I've actually been on his show a couple of times. He says that because of Fran's coaching, I now host a syndicated business show. Patrick likes to say, I think I have a face for radio. And I told him, no, you should be on television. You should be on a bigger platform. And Patrick has been hosting his shows in 2 top 10 markets, Dallas and Houston, for many, many years. So his mission was to actually help entrepreneurs, CEOs, and business owners get their message out there. His mission was bigger than himself. 2, you must have a different kind of message. This is the second M. You must have a different kind of message. This is Micah Nixon. recent college grad who tried to work for other folks, tried to be an employee, but really felt that she had a bigger mission and a bigger message. And her message is that millennials should pursue starting their own businesses and side hustles. She really believes that millennials, there's nothing wrong with working for people, but she believes that they have the ability to change the world through social entrepreneurship and regular business entrepreneurship, but they must pursue their own businesses and side hustles. That's Micah Nixon. You must be a different kind of messenger, right? So how many of you have heard of a guy named Larry Winget? He calls himself the pit bull of personal development. And so when you are literally a different kind of messenger, you say it differently, you do it differently, you stir the pot. What Larry Winget believed is that folks were too soft. People were not being told the truth, and that's why they were not achieving their goals. So he started putting the personal development industry on notice. Instead of saying, oh, have a great life and follow your dreams, he wrote books with titles like People Are Idiots and I Can Prove It, or Shut Up, Stop Whining and Get a Life. He became a best-selling author. He had his own television show. He had an award-winning radio show, sold millions of dollars, millions and millions of books because he was willing to be a different kind of messenger. Number 4, you have to have a different methodology. You can't do things just the way everyone else does. You have to do you, and only you can do you. This is Chris Gilbertson, who says that I am the go-to expert when it comes to getting on TV to explode your brand. Chris decided, instead of talking on her podcast and just kind of sharing her knowledge, that she would interview experts, interview millionaires. And I've been on her podcast where she interviewed the experts instead of just being the expert herself. So she was willing to have a different methodology that stood out. Who doesn't want to listen to millionaires share their business secrets? Lots of folks do. And that's how Chris was able to distinguish herself as a different kind of messenger. The next M, number 5. You must be committed to monetize your brand. Listen, I don't want you to get on TV. I'm not going to help you get on TV and in the media if you don't have anything to sell. That's the whole point, is to be on a bigger platform so that you can help more people and then ultimately generate more income, so maybe you can help more people, whether those people are your family or that's a global audience. So number 5, you must be committed to monetize your brand. Let me tell you what I mean. This is just 5 of the books that I've written. My very first book that I got a big advance for was about my sister's business. It was the first book written for the African American woman's market on entrepreneurship about my sister's business. Got a 33 or 36, can't remember, $33,000 advance for that book. The next book is Crashing Hollywood, where I talked about breaking into the entertainment business. Got a big advance for that book. The next book is called Celebrity Playbook, where I talk about how I landed over $50 million in free publicity on television and radio and magazine and blogs and those kinds of things. My sister and I wrote a book called Bully Proof My Company, which is about getting rid of drama and gossip and bullying in companies today. And then, crazy picture at the end is a picture called As We Saw It. This is one of my prize literary contributions because I didn't write the entire book. I wrote the epilogue. And that is the book that discusses the story of integration at the University of Texas. Amazing, amazing contribution to history. Our history as African Americans at the University of Texas. Amazing book. I actually got to write the epilogue. And that's just 5 of my books. I've actually written over 20 books. I have a couple of books coming out before this year is over. My point is this: you have to be willing to monetize your expertise. I don't want to get you on television, as I said, or radio or in a magazine if you don't have something to sell. Right? You have to be able to make a living so you can continue helping people. And the best way to do that is to monetize your expertise. Write books, build courses off of your books, build events off of your books, build programs off of your books, build speaking engagements and training and consulting and coaching around your books. That's how you monetize your book. All right. So if you think you're going to build a brand without selling something, you're fooling yourself. It is impossible to build a big brand without selling something. You have to monetize, all right? The 6th M is build a movement with your community. Oh, I love this. Build a movement with your community. Now, a movement is about advancing a cause, right? It's advancing a cause. Think of all the great movements of our time. So women's movement, the civil rights movement, right? There's fitness movements all the time. You are advancing a cause. So when you think about the 6 M's, we've talked about a mission, we've talked about message, messenger, methodology, monetizing, and now we're talking about a movement, right? What can you develop as a movement based on your expertise? Yeah, that's when it really starts to change for you. Now you're on television and in the media talking about the movement of helping students have better education, or teachers getting higher salaries, or equal pay for women, or whatever your movement is, right? That's what it's all about. And then the final M is 7, which is become a media magnet. Once you've done all of that, now it's time to become a media magnet. And we're talking about not only will you be on one show, but then people start hearing and seeing you because, of course, you're in multi-channels and different media outlets and formats. And now people want you on all the shows, right? You can either wait until they call you, or you can make them call you. My approach is to make them call me, is to say, wait a minute, we're seeing Fran Harris everywhere. We need to have her on the show. We need to have her on the show. Listen, it's taken me over a decade to master my 7M formula. This is me sitting on the set of Good Morning America again with Robin Roberts, one of the most beloved anchors in America, in the world. This is me during the actual Advice Guru contest, where I beat out over 15,000 applicants, candidates, to become the GMA Guru runner-up. 15,000 plus people applied to be the Advice Guru. And I was at Good Morning America for 6 months, in and out, maybe every other week, giving advice on Good Morning America, the top-rated morning show in America. How much do you think that publicity was worth? How much do you think I built my platform just giving advice and helping people? How many business opportunities do you think came to me because I was sitting on the show Good Morning America? A lot. A lot. Again, remember, it's about helping people. If you have a bigger microphone, if you are sitting on a bigger stage, if you have a bigger platform, you can help more people. That's what Made for TV is about. It's about getting you on the biggest stage on the planet so that you can help more people, have greater impact, and have greater income. Woo! I told you I talk fast. I told you I talk fast. So it's decision time. And make no mistake about it, you are making a decision. Whether you move forward or you move backwards, you are making a decision. We are always making a decision. It's never staying in one spot. All right? So here's your decision. You've got 2 options. You can choose option number 1. You can try to figure out how to get in the media on your own, how to get on the biggest platforms in the media on your own, which, as we know, is expensive and time consuming. We know that. You can look at lots of YouTube videos. You can try to read all the books. You can try to cheap your way out of this, but it's expensive and time consuming. You can try to learn how to find the right person at television shows, at newspapers, on radio networks. You can try to do all that yourself. Try to find a person to pitch, follow up in the phone calls, book yourself. You can try that. And I'm going to tell you something. You can actually do it. You can actually do it. But it's expensive and time consuming. You can also search online to find someone to train you on how to be an amazing TV or media guest. But it's very unlikely that those people have had as much experience, have been in the business 25 years like I have, or have landed as much media attention as I have as an expert coach consultant. Remember, like, I'm not an A-list celebrity. I'm someone similar to you who knows something about something. I have expertise. I know how to teach people certain things. I'm an expert. I am a advice giver. So you can search online to find someone to train you how to do that, but it's probably going to be a lot of theory. It's probably not going to be someone who's landed over $50 million in free publicity without a publicist or an agent. So that's option number 1. Or you can choose option number 2. You can let my team show you how to do it. You can let my team help you how to do it. We can be your GPS. Make sure you get there. You can learn how to turn one media appearance into many appearances. Remember that slide I showed you that had all those networks on there? Remember that slide I showed you where I was sitting on most of the biggest shows in America? That's what I'm offering you. You can learn how to turn your media into money and legacy, because that is what it is about. Bigger platform gives you the opportunity to have bigger influence and bigger impact. So here's why smart experts choose number 2. And by the way, number 2 was, of course, letting us be your GPS, letting us give you the roadmap, the blueprint to lead a bigger life and help more people by getting in the media to build your brand. Here's why smart experts choose option 2. First of all, the plan has been in play for 20 plus years. This is not theory. This is not conjecture. This is a result of me being in the television business for 20 plus years. So we've got the system down. Let me tell you what you're going to get when you work with us. You're going to get the first month that we work together, week 1. We're going to be talking about figuring out your mission and your message. We will define your niche and target audience so you know exactly who you should be talking to. Week 2, we're going to work out your messenger and methodology. We craft a media intriguing message and the specifics of how you do what you do, right? Because it's like nobody else. You can't do me and I can't do you. Week 3 is monetization, where we blueprint your business, including your websites. We build funnels, help you build your funnels, and any intro or high ticket offers that you're going to offer your audience so that you can start to create income and revenue. And then week 4, we start planning who we're going to go out to the marketplace to. Do you want to be on Good Morning America? Do you want to be on your local news show? Do you want to be on Oprah's network? Do you want to be on CNN? And we start pitching you. So by week 4, we are pitching you to media. Hey, and that's just the first month. It gets way better after the first month. So if this sounds like the direction you're heading, over the next 4 days, my team has carved out some time to meet and talk to you to see if you're made for TV and the media. All right? We'll talk for roughly 20 to 30 minutes, and we'll learn more about who you are and where you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years and beyond. I can tell you that our time together will likely be the most valuable 20 to 30 minutes you spend working on your brand or business this year. So if you're still here, you're most likely a subject matter expert, thought leader, coach, consultant, author, and social change agent who already has a business and who's already making money, right? You're speaking on stages, probably selling at your events, doing one-on-one or group coaching, consulting, or you're leading a small or large company. You're someone who has something that can change the world. You have expertise, know-how, experience, something. The world needs to hear your story. The world needs to know about your expertise. And you're someone who knows that they must invest in their own success with time, effort, money, and resources. All right, so here's what to do next. You need to go to madefortvshows.com. Madefortvshows.com. There are over 70 people on this training, and we can only accommodate approximately 15 calls over the next few days. So you must go to madefortvshows.com to apply now. Listen, the Chinese have a saying, to know the road ahead, ask those coming back. To know the road ahead, ask those coming back. In other words, the fastest route to where you want to go is by asking someone who's already traveled the road that you want to go to. All right? Ask someone who already has the blueprint, already has the cheat sheets, already has the GPS for where you want to go. All right, go to madefortvshows.com and we will see you there. It's been my honor to hang out with you. Cannot wait to see you on the big stage, on the big platform, and on television. See you later.